What's the dumbest hill your command was willing to die on during inspection? Grass height. Our battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Brennan, became obsessed with grass height 3 weeks before the big annual inspection. Not just regular mowing, perfect grass height. Every single blade had to be exactly 2.5 inches tall. Not 2 inches, not 3 inches, exactly 2.5. He'd measured it himself with a ruler. Walked around the company area on his hands and knees with an actual ruler, measuring individual grass blades. Found one at 2 3/4 inches and lost his mind. This is unacceptable, he screamed at our company commander, Captain Vaughn. The inspection team will see this sloppiness and mark us down. Captain Vaughn tried reasoning with him. Sir, grass grows at different rates. Wind blows it, rain affects it. We can't control nature. Then control it better, Brennan shouted back. I want perfect grass or heads will roll. So began the stupidest 2 weeks of my military career. Our entire company got assigned to grass duty. Not training, not maintenance, grass management. They issued us scissors. Actual office scissors. Our job was to walk around on our hands and knees, measuring and trimming individual grass blades to exactly 2.5 inches. My buddy Dalton looked at the scissors in his hand and said, I joined the army to defend my country. Now I'm a landscaper with the world's worst tools. 8 hours a day. Crawling through the grass, measuring with rulers, snipping with scissors. Grown men in combat uniforms giving haircuts to plants. The motor pool sergeant, a guy named Russell, actually calculated the math. We had roughly 3 acres of grass around our company area, approximately 15 million individual grass blades. At our current rate, Russell announced, it'll take us 400 years to finish. But Brennan didn't care about math. He'd walk through randomly, ruler in hand, checking our work. Found a blade at 2 5/8 inches and made the entire platoon start over in that section. Captain Vaughn watched this insanity for 3 days before he snapped. Called a meeting with all the NCOs after Brennan left for the evening. Listen up, Vaughn said quietly. This is the dumbest order I've ever received. But if the colonel wants perfect grass, we'll give him perfect grass. He pulled out a can of spray paint. Army green, exact same color as the grass. Tomorrow morning at 0530 before the colonel arrives, we're painting the grass. Every single blade. Make it all look exactly the same height. You won't be able to tell the difference. My squad leader, Sergeant Quincy, raised his hand. Sir, that's destroying government property. No, Vaughn smiled. It's aggressive landscaping. Big difference. That night, we moved like a special operations team. 30 soldiers with spray paint cans covering 3 acres of grass in identical green coating. Made every blade look perfect and uniform. Took us 2 hours. The grass looked artificial, like a golf course made of plastic. But every blade appeared to be the exact same height and color. Morning formation, Brennan walked through with his ruler. Checked section after section. Everything looked perfect. He couldn't find a single blade out of place because the paint made it impossible to distinguish individual pieces of grass. Outstanding work, he declared. This is what I expect from soldiers. Attention to detail. He never noticed the paint. Never got close enough to smell the chemical coating on every blade. Just saw uniform green grass and declared victory. The inspection team arrived 2 days later. A general and 3 colonels walking through our company area. Brennan proudly showed off his perfect grass. That's when it rained. Sudden thunderstorm. Heavy downpour. The kind that soaks everything in minutes. The spray paint started running. Green streaks flowing across the sidewalks. Paint washing off the grass in sheets, revealing the actual chaotic mess of different heights underneath. Within 10 minutes, our company area looked like someone had committed a crime scene in green paint. Puddles of fluorescent liquid everywhere. Grass returning to its natural uneven state. The general stood there watching green water pour down the storm drains. Looked at Brennan. Colonel, did you paint your grass? Brennan's face went white. Looked at Captain Vaughn. Vaughn stood at attention, staring straight ahead, expression completely neutral. I ordered perfect grass maintenance, sir, Brennan stammered. You ordered what? The general stepped closer to examine a painted blade. You made your soldiers paint grass for an inspection? The other colonels were trying not to laugh. One of them took out his phone, started recording the green rivers flowing across the parking lot. General turned to his aide. Make a note. New regulation. Maximum grass height standards are hereby eliminated from base inspections. Clearly they cause more problems than they solve. Then he looked at Brennan. Colonel, you're going to write me a 5-page report explaining why you thought painting grass was a reasonable use of military resources. Due Monday. Brennan got reassigned 6 weeks later. Some desk job at the Pentagon. Captain Vaughn got promoted to major ahead of schedule. The promotion board cited his creative problem-solving skills. The grass? They had to replace all 3 acres. Turned out spray paint kills grass when you coat it that heavily. Cost the army $40,000 to resod our entire company area. We spent the next month digging up dead painted grass and laying fresh sod, but nobody complained. At least we weren't measuring individual blades with rulers anymore. Dalton kept one of those scissors as a souvenir. Framed it on his wall with a plaque that reads, in memory of the great grass crisis of 2019.